Hello, everyone. And so I have been really, really quiet, but I am very, very alert and very astute, very observant at what is going on. And that is the reason for me being very quiet because I want to see and I want to observe. I want to hear, read, listen, and educate myself on what types of things are happening here in Los Angeles and what types of things are happening in politics. So, without further ado, homelessness in the U.S. has unfortunately increased. There have been increases to 2.7% in 2019. 567,715 people experienced homelessness, up to about 14,885 since 2018. And so this is not at all good news, folks. And so the reason why I'm bringing this out is because despite what they say in politics, or what they, as in the politicians, will spout off that there's more employment and that there's more working in the economy, who is it working? Whom is it working for? It is not working for everyone, as we see. So homelessness has increased since 2018, and it is still increasing, unfortunately. And why? I want to put in before I start this article, or at least read into some of it, is that from what I've witnessed, there is a new trend going on. Yes, I'm saying a new trend where homeowners are now being made offers from developers, big, large sums of money paid out if they relocate. That means if you're a homeowner, and yes, these are people who are bona fide homeowners that own their own homes, if you take whatever offer that these land developers have, which probably would be in the millions, possibly, or really good offers, they will tear down your house and build condominiums over them. And they will build high priced luxury apartments or condominiums that are in an upward of 2K to 3K, 4K a month just for people to occupy them. And what does that mean? Gentrification, of course. And it also means displacement for a lot of people who are in the local areas of Los Angeles, and that is happening and taking place with a fervor. But the problem with this has been that most of those units have stayed vacant for quite some time and unoccupied because not a lot of people can come up with that type of money every month. So that means they're trying to move a particular crowd of individuals in and displace others out. So it is a situation where it is the wealthy versus the poor in some cases, if you look at it that way. Also, the greedy against the ones who are in need. So this is what we're seeing more of, and a lot of it, not only in the Skid Row area, folks, but a lot of it all over in areas of Los Angeles. It's becoming a war of who has and who has not in terms of money, finances, places to stay, place to have a secure home. So a lot of people are being displaced that not only are people who, what we would back in the day say, they have substance abuse problems or they have other problems that are underlying that have caused the displacement, no, or the homelessness, but the displacement is caused from simply not being able to pay the high in rent increases and fees that they charge for these luxury apartments and these condominiums, not having a down payment, not having good credit, not being able to occupy the units that are being put up as we speak. And so this is what we're seeing a lot of. So in Washington, the number of people living on the streets in the U.S. increased 2.7% in 2019, according to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is better known as HUD. A total of 567,715 people experienced homelessness on a single night, an increase of 14,885 people from 2018. Homelessness among veterans and families with children continued to fall, declining 2.1% and 4.8% respectively in 2019. But the agency said in a statement Friday, significant increases in unsheltered and chronic homelessness on the West Coast, particularly California, Oregon, caused the overall increase in homelessness. So 29 states and Washington, D.C. experienced declines in homelessness between 2018 and 2019. So the number of people experiencing homelessness increased in 21 states. So homelessness increased in California by 21,306 people, or 16.4%, accounting for more than the entire national increase, said in the statement. So HUD Secretary, which is known as Ben Carson, warned in the statement that homelessness in California is at a crisis level and needs to be addressed by lenders with urgency, or leaders with urgency. Lenders, notice I mentioned that because a lot of this has to do with economics also as well. So some of these people who are homeless are not just your typical people who have just been put out or they've somehow ended up in the street. A lot of people are victims of circumstances because of not having the income to occupy units that are extremely expensive to live in. Addressing the challenges will require a broader community-wide response that engages every level of government to compassionately house our fellow citizens who call the streets their home, said Carson. So this is a very short article, and I thought it was really useful to bring about because I have personally driven through some neighborhoods that used to have nothing but houses, and now houses are popping up for sale all over the place, and that is not by accident. Some of that is because people are leaving California for the high taxes, is one of the factors. The other is because they're receiving huge sums of money to relocate, so that these choice areas, as they say, developers are coming in, they're tearing down houses, and they're making high-rise condos or luxury apartments that are no less than $2 or $3 grand a month. And you probably won't find some of them that low. So on a scale of 1 to 10, is homelessness in California just only substance abuse? I would say no, that would be on the scale of 1 to 10, that would be right at probably a half, like maybe a 5, I would say. But on a scale of 1 to 10, if it's caused from displacement because of not having lack of funds, or having a job where you're getting low pay or not making enough, would be on the scale of 8, maybe even a 9. 1 to 10. So it is really bad. In short, this video is not a good video. It's not a good situation at all. We're seeing a lot more people on the street that are put out, and they are like this. And this is what we're walking by, even in local neighborhoods, in front of storefronts. And this, I believe, is in front of a storefront property. And so this is what's going on. It is happening with a quickness, and it is in rapid pace. And so they're quickly developing housing, but it is not for the needy. And then on the other hand, we have affordable housing that is coming up, but you have to be extremely in the low earning position in order to qualify for those apartments, which has long waiting lists. As bad as waiting for Section 8. You're on a long waiting list to get in those those units. So it is not promised that you will be able to get in those units because there's so much homelessness and so many families that need places to stay. So having said that, I will let this video go, and this seems to not be getting any better. It gets worse.